Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Playing D. Check it out. We up to number 10, baby. Colorado ranked. They number 25. They ain't say nothing. Oh, they won 96-3. Good God, man. Arizona beat Army. Good deal, Mike. Lil Dave beat Houston 49-20. Minnesota number 16 beat Maryland 63-10. Purdue number 19 beat Arizona 49-21. Missouri still waiting on them to play Penn State. Georgia Tech got that win over Virginia Tech 27-3. Let's see how dirty I can do, dude.
Welcome to Wallace Wade Stadium on the campus of Duke University, and customarily a trip here involves a journey to K-ville. Instead, you will be engulfed by the Wade Wackos, the Duke fans ready for their Blue Devils to go to work. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the SMU Mustangs, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Duke Blue Devils. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Mustangs will get us started with the opening kickoff. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. So SMU's offense is on the field for the first time today. And here he comes, guys, the man who makes everything go.
Everything in this offense is built around his ability. He's got such great field vision. He's got it all for him.
He is must-watch TV. Let's not get it twisted.
Going for a big play right off the bat. And it's knocked away downfield, the DB getting a hand in there. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early.
Off he goes. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Right back to the well. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
He's got him in the flat. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
Use the play fake, now to throw. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Pass to 25. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. Snowed under after a pickup of 2. They'll mark it at the 8. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. To the air, it's Jennings. Lets it go to the end zone. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
Really nice 3rd down sub defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass. They're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback. Now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on 4th down. Lets it fly.
Oh,
and it's batted away, and the 4th down play doesn't convert. They'll give up the football. So Duke's offense will have its first possession of the game. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look toward...
And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
Well, it wasn't great field position to start with, and it's getting worse now. The defense gets a sack. They're getting aggressive up the field. They get to the QB, and they're sending a message.
That offense having to deal with the last thing you want on 1st down, giving up a sack as they come up to the line on 2nd down. The give to the back. Gives them a little more breathing room, a 3-yard gain out to the 7.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into...
He hurls one deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Blue Devils will punt this one away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Yes, the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Mustangs. The whole thought process is just get the ball back, and what will we do on offense? And the special teams takes care of that.
What a great job by the special teams unit, making a big-time play. Listen, the offense was going to get the ball, Reese. Yeah, I get you, but they got this taken care of. Take the punt return, make a few guys miss, take it all the way to the house. Really good execution on that punt return.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So his big play capability was on full display in that one as he took that punt back for the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man
fumble
down
up
the
off the
ground. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession.
Great job by the defense, forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
You want to talk about hearts and throats when that ball was on the ground? The offense recovered its own fumble. Wide receiver coming across in motion. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Well, for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job executing up front at the point of attack.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Takes the handoff. It's Moore. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the Blue Devils will bring the punt team onto the field. The last time they punted, it went back for 6. He gets it away from his own end zone. He gets a block. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive, knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession.
Touch pass on the run. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Let's see if the defense comes after them. 3rd and short from the 45. Looking for a man. It's Jennings. Fires to the big fella. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the 1st down. They've got it at the 40. David, that is a great security blanket for a quarterback to have a tight end to make those conversions.
Dang right. Find the big fella on 3rd and short. Dependable, clutch, nice hands, 1st down.
The Mustangs will snap it on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Unleashes one deep.
Oh my God.
He had it and he dropped it.
Come on,
touchdown.
How do you drop that?
Down.
Wow, the quarterback can't believe it. I mean, that was a perfect throw into the end zone. He gave his guy every opportunity to finish the play, and he drops it. And as a result, no touchdown.
And back to the air on 2nd down. Just led him a little too far across the sidelines. Couldn't make the catch in bounds. It's incomplete.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing on bounds.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He uncorks a bullet to the right. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. He's got a 1st down and maybe a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down.
Oh, and he finds his slot receiver on that 4th down throw. And I'll tell you, this guy is not the biggest receiver in college football, but he does such a good job working the middle of the field. He's just able to get open.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, SMU.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
SMU 14-2-0.
On the run from inside his own 5. Makes a move. Finally pushed out of bounds at the 45, and what good field position after that return. Offense set on 1st down. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
I know that shot down the field was incomplete, but you got to keep taking shots. Those receivers love to go deep. It gives them a breath of fresh air. They get more excitement. They're going to the quarterback with a little bit more juice because you know you're feeding them. So I would keep taking deep shots down the field.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. Looking to throw, it's Murphy. Pressure coming. Had to throw it before he wanted. And that one is incomplete. It's the end of the 1st quarter. That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the 1st. Let's take a break and look at the 1st quarter stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the 2nd. 2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. It's a draw. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I don't like the play call. You're down this much against the best run defense in the entire country. You're just smashing your face against the wall. You're not going to get it done. To win this game, you're going to have to throw the ball to get back in it.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Makes the catch. It's Moore. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He says he's got a big leg. He's going to have to show it from 56 yards out. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Illinois has been blitzed from the opening kick, and as you can see, the score right now is a lot to a little. Let's see how this coach tries to explain this. They're trailing by 14 to Colorado. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And the returner is stopped. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Here they come, trying to convert it 3rd and short from the 28. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Looking for room at the 40. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on.
And this receiver is so dangerous. There's so many different ways that he can hurt a defense. You got to throw it to him conventionally, but find creative ways to get him the football out in space and let him go to work.
And the Mustangs have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Jennings. Now he's going to break the pocket. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
He's got such good awareness in the pocket. He does a good job of feeling the rush, and you know it's a pass, and you want to keep your eyes downfield, but he sees an opening, and if he sees an opening, he's got the ability to go get it and get a first down.
The Mustangs have this offense rolling. Here's the handoff. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On second down, they'll take to the air. A shot toward the end zone.
Heck, yo, this nigga dropped 2 of the same passes, yo.
It'll be third down.
Touchdowns, hit his
If they can
hands.
convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Quick pass on the fly motion. Got enough space. Touchdown Mustangs. And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them.
Gotta change this nigga's shoe. This shit's as dumb as shit.
And taking control here in week 9.
Nigga got some
One of the reasons
low
this
cut
offense
ones
is so
on.
exciting
He
to
like some
watch.
clown
They've got
shoes.
guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
2, 3.
And no chance at a return.
Come on
Here
out
they'll
there, boy.
start this drive at their own 25. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive
Oh.
plays. Like, the passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
You know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. They'll leave it with him. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. The Blue Devils moving quickly to the line. Back to throw, it's Murphy. Fires to the wideout.
Oh,
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Wide receiver shows motion. He's going to pass. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And that's the fourth sack this offensive line has given up today. And guess what? You thought they'd be better. Last week, they got their butts chewed out. 6 sacks they gave up. This week, on their way to doing it again, this offensive line has to step up.
They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. He's looking to throw. Going to take a shot.
oh my God. Oh,
And they
thank God.
can't hook
I
up.
got
Going for the
cooked.
big play on second down. Now it's third down.
The quarterback just needs to settle down. He looks like he's just too excited right now. He had his receiver wide open down the field and just put way too much mustard on that throw, overthrowing an open guy. That should have been 6.
No, sir, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect them.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Here comes the offense on first down. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Finds his tight end. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And he intercepts it. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
I love
touchdown. I feel get hit.
Understand what we're doing defensively.
Fucking interception.
If they're going to pass the football and that's where they're going to live, well,
So I'll get that shit right fuck back.
Defensive backs on the field so I can cover more of these speed guys that they have out there. Great job by the defensive back, breaking on the football, making the INT, making the DC look very smart.
Makes the grab. It's Harvey. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
And those slot receivers nowadays, they're little water bugs, man. You can play touch football in an elevator to lose to these guys because they're
Oh yeah.
And the pass hits, picked off. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the
That's
ball.
That's why you move the linebacker
So
play
nice
for
to see
this
defenders
shit.
squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game.
Oh my God! I'm telling you, I'm gonna get hit throwing the fucking ball.
And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there.
And you knew he was going to take a step back because you can't throw the ball for over 80% of the season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold. And he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make the play, and maybe get a spark for this offense.
They'll immediately call timeout.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else.
And I'm kind of surprised by this performance, man. The QB last week, you could tell, dude, he was in rhythm. He was good timing. You could tell the chemistry with the receivers were good. And today, everything just looks off. And it looks hard. It looks difficult. They got to find a way to get back in the rhythm they were in last week.
And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
You've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Palmer. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Got it in the middle, it's Moore. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on second down. Looking to throw, it's Murphy.
Oh yeah. Go down,
And
bitch
they
nigga.
got him. They'll
Go
get him
down,
down
fuck
for the
nigga.
sack. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
The throw. And they can't make the play on third down. The defense burns their third and final timeout of the half.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and
Looking deep down the right side. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
Well, these two have linked up for multiple touchdowns in this game. They had the look they liked. They were licking their chops, taking a shot down the field. We haven't seen too many incompletions when these guys have been trying to play throw and catch.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on
Looking to take a shot. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. And the Mustangs send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away.
What's up?
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Looking downfield, it's Murphy. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Durham. It's been a fun start to this one, and this offense has really been the story. They've opened up a sizable lead, and unless something drastic changes, things might get even more out of hand. A combination of lethal efficiency, and that offensive line has been the key. They've mauled that defense and also just about broken their will. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Brooks Field inside Wallace Wade Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Mustangs will boot it away to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
down 2 possessions. The coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive, just like they do at the start of the game. They've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
Power football with the run. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Good pick up there. They'll move the
The fuck
chains,
was
and they're
that?
set up at the 41. And the Blue Devils want them in quickly. Sometimes you have to put it in a tight window, and sometimes the window is gargantuan, and it was there.
Yeah, that was one of them big old huge windows. And I tell you what, when you throw to the middle of the field, a little bit hesitant. When you're that open, it's easy to pull the trigger, easy to make the decision, make the read, get the ball to your receiver.
Fires to the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? He wants to throw it again. Looking down the middle. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
And the returner will be brought down. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Finds room at the 10. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense and their running game. That time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
Quick pass on the jet motion. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
In these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and it just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves them with 2nd and 4. Fast motion from the offense. Little touch pass to the receiver. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
And the Mustangs have it with a 1st and 10. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
Tackled after picking up the first down.
So far, everything's just seemed to work for this offense when they've wanted to run the football. Regardless of what down and distance it is, they're able to get it done. Up front, getting
a shot toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
What am I not doing on
After
this
the
pass,
incompletion, here comes 2nd and 10 from the 32. Wide out in motion. With jet sweep pass. Smashes through the tackle. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16.
16-yard line. 2nd down coming up.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They go to the ground. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, SMU! And the punishment has been extended.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
They'll try to add another to their lead.
Y'all playing the all-time great national championship right now.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Illinois has been blitzed from the opening kick, and as you can see, The score right now is a lot to a little. Let's see how this coach tries to explain this.
They'll run it from the gun. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
See, they need more runs like that. It's been so few and far between. Defensively, they've been in position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off of blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This defense has done a nice job slowing down the run game thus far.
That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
How about this defense really answering the challenge so far today? This offense you've seen like last week. I mean, they can throw for touchdowns and big yards and big chunk plays. Defense has answered the call, played the deep ball well, played discipline, making this offense really earn everything they get.
Slips through the line. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
Can anyone catch him? And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Yeah, and obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed and so much skill at running back, receiver, tight end. The quarterback making good decisions. It is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays. Can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had last game when he completed over 70% of his throws. This game, though, he's just a little bit off. At times he looks like he's pressing. He hasn't been overly accurate, and that's a reason why he's completing somewhere around 50% of his passes.
Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead and coming around the right side.
Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
1st and goal, SMU.
That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Dropping back, it's Jennings. Gets it out quickly. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. 2nd and goal for the offense.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Mustangs! And the beatdown has ensued. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards, get some first downs, get some positive momentum.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can.
Throws toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Looking to throw, it's Murphy. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync. And that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
The aerial assault continues. Working that left side now.
And on that out route, third down, guys, you just want to see a little bit better execution. You want to see more depth on the route. You want to see a little bit more of an accurate throw so he doesn't have to come back and fight for it, so that we can pick up the first down a lot easier. A little bit better by the quarterback and receiver, and as a result, they do get the catch.
None of that shit, fuck nigga.
A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. First down for this offense. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Past the 30. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down. And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it.
And it's a little bit of a cat and mouse game there. Nice job by the defense dialing up the perfect coverage, taking all the downfield throws away on third and long in the red zone. So nice job by the QB. You got to throw that one away. You just got to eat it. Now you have an opportunity still at a field goal.
Throws for the tight end.
Oh, yeah. What a grab.
Layout and catch. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Now on second and goal. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. And the tackle is made on the return man, but there is a flag on the play.
Shut up. You're a whole professional.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense lining up for a first down play. Dropping back, it's Murphy. And the sack all the way back at the 5.
And this defense has been flying around. They are everywhere. There's 6 sacks on the day, spreading it around, multiple people coming from every angle. This QB has had a nightmare of a day.
Leaves it with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. To the ground with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. He wants to start this drive with a pass. He's got an open man. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. The Mustangs trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just
you had to get into fuck this shit serious stance.
Keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Illinois has been blitzed from the opening kick, and as you can see, the score right now is a lot to a little. Let's see how this coach tries to explain this.
And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense, giving up a ton of points, not scoring near enough. So it's been a bad day you're going to want to forget. And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next year. And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Bringing it back, it's Smith. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. With this big cushion they're working with, Jesse, they're ready to send these fans toward the exits.
And you know the coaching staff has got to be so happy with how
What's
this
that? I'm watching right
offense
now.
has been able to come out here
I never seen
on
him
the
before.
road, fight the crowd noise, and execute at such...
Gonna take a shot at this DB. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but like, let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know a lot's went wrong, but like, let's live in this moment.
Looking deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
And how about this offense?
Nah, he playing me.
They're not
He
worried about
played
the
me the
score.
first time.
They're not worried about early and down, still trying to execute their offense, still trying to make big plays, and they've had a great day so far.
They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right.
They
They
gave me the
stopped
beer
him after a
snacks.
short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with fourth down coming. This offense believes you are given 4 downs for a reason. You've got to use all of them. 2 for 3 so far today. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
Going to throw it over the top of the D. He caught it. Touchdown, SMU. And the pummeling has started. With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Bringing it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown, and there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week, for the rest of this season, so we don't let one bad game turn into 2.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. Going up top on first down. Get it out on the screen. Timeout called by the defense, and 15 seconds to go in this one.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this slip out
got
the
ass
backfield
tendencies
and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space, and getting that fast dude on the field.
And the defense gets to the quarterback. Timeout called by the defense, and there are only 10 seconds left in the game. And we might as well state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. Third and very long. Looking to the big tight end. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
He only needs a sliver of daylight. They bring him down. Strong effort by the coverage team, and that's how they'll put a period on this one. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game.
Offense,
defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was.
I know. I was gonna get that Xenoblade game just because Shorty was
clapping.
clapping.
Close games, forget the heartbreakers. This play can decide it. Just frying pan, meat face, ball game over.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Nasty. Until next time, what we got? I think I got one more computer game before my user game. Oh, I got two more. I got Pittsburgh. These should be two good games.